Cheers, Erin. Oh, we're both having water today.
Yeah, I like your cup though. Mine's pretty basic. What do you have there?
Yeah, yours is kind of boring.
I'll show you my thing later. So
okay. You got something. I'm sure you do. You got something cool to show me. So this is a beautiful mug that I got from 3 of my best friends from high school. I was supposed to go with them on a trip last November, but then I got hurt, so I couldn't go. And they got this for me, and it has a special meaning. It's actually made by a potter and was made by hand, and it was made to look, the glaze is made to look like bird eggs. And mine is the bird egg is a peregrine falcon that they chose for me.
Okay.
Because it's a spirit of beauty and fierceness.
Wow.
Isn't that sweet? So that's what my friends think of me, that there's beauty and fierceness. Oh, I love it. So this is from my best friends from high school. I talk to them every day. We send little messages to each other, and we play the New York Times games together and share scores. So cheers to Liz, Sam, and Beck.
Yes, cheers to good friends.
Yeah.
Well, my show and tell item is not a mug today. It's actually the sweater I'm wearing, because it's got a little smiley face, and I don't know if you can see it, but when you zoom in or you read it, you can see that it says Cool Ant Club.
Cool Ant Club?
Yeah.
You're totally a cool ant. So I guess you got it from your nieces and nephews?
Yes. So my sister-in-law, when she announced that she was pregnant, she got her parents, her brother, my husband Dan, and me, sweatshirts that kind of connect to our relationship with our nephew. So I've got an Ant Club. Dan's got an uncle one. His parents have grandma, grandpa, and so it's super cute because they love embroidery and they love sweatshirts, and so it was a perfect gift. I wear this all the time, and it reminds me of my nephew. So
it's so perfect, and it's a great way to announce a birth instead of just telling you
very
here,
cute.
open this. Yeah, that's adorable. I love it.
So yes, that's my thing. All right.
Oh, very cool. I love it. I'm also an aunt too. We don't have kids, you and I, but I love that rule of aunt. It's one of my favorite rules that I have in life. It's so much fun. You get all the cool, fun stuff, and you're appreciated and loved by those kids, and you have that special aunt relationship that I think in some ways is different than, of course, it's different from that they have from their parents, and so sometimes they're able to talk about things they're not able to say to their own parents.
Yeah,
I didn't get away with a lot more with an aunt than my mom or dad.
My nephew,
and they know it.
He'll be turning 2 in September, so he can't talk. We're not there having conversations yet, but he does know how to say aunt in Tagalog, and so he says "tita, tita" all the time.
That is adorable.
The cutest thing.
Because Erin is hard to say. My sister's name is Erin, as you know, and she had such a hard time pronouncing her own name because she was a little speech impediment when she was a kid.
Okay.
And oh my word, she couldn't even say her own name. Erin. That R is hard in the middle of a word.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Erin. So Aunt Erin might take your nephew a little while.
Yeah, or even Tita Erin. I think he goes Tita Erin. If he tries, but anyway,
there you go.
Yeah. So listeners, we're so excited for today because we're going to talk more about the learning styles, but specifically focusing on tips and tricks when we're learning, and tools. Yes, when we're learning a new language. So first of all, let's talk about vocab words. Sarah,
yeah, please. Sure. So today we've chosen 3 words that you'll hear during the episode. First one is a breakthrough. You can have a breakthrough. Customizable is an adjective. Something is customizable. Or user-friendly. So breakthrough, customizable, and user-friendly. So listen closely and jot down the meanings as you hear them. Jot down is another nice way of saying write down. I love it.
Yep, and just like last season, we'll provide a crossword at the end of the last episode, so you can check your answers then. But now that that's out of the way, I think it's time to set the timer. Are you ready to go, Sarah?
I'm ready.
All right, your 20 minutes start now.
So, Erin, we just set the alarm for 20 minutes, and I'm just like wondering why did we choose 20 minutes and not another like 15, 30, an hour? Like, why is it 20 minutes? And like, I know that we've discussed it before, but can you just help the listeners understand why we chose that?
Yeah, I think it's mainly tied to our ability to concentrate.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of us can only concentrate for 20 minutes in a row, then we need to take a break. But if you can stay attentive for longer, then, go ahead. If you can
Go
do
ahead.
30 minutes, then do it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
just be aware of your concentration level, right? And the same goes for the other side. If you're not able to pay attention after 15 minutes, like if 15 minutes is your max concentration, then stop there, right? The
Right.
idea is just to have bite-sized study times, bite-sized periods every day, so that you can improve in increments, right? You're
Right.
making those baby steps when you're making progress. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes like when we're learning a language or anything, in fact, like there's like a steep up when we're first learning, it's like very steep, and then kind of like plateaus out, and so it's just when we get a little frustrated. We're like, like even like with losing weight, often we'll lose a lot of weight in the beginning, and then we'll just stagnate. And it's kind of the same thing with learning a language, but you have to kind of like push yourself through that, get through it to the other side where you start going up again. And actually, you are progressing at that time. You're just not realizing it because the progress is a lot slower than it was in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's just normal. It's a normal way of learning anything, but especially when learning a language, not to get frustrated during that more plateaued period.
Yeah. And that's the importance of those bite-sized goals. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I might not be seeing my progress right now, but let me do my 20 minutes today, right? I'm going to check that off. I'm going to feel accomplished that I've done something. And 20 minutes can easily integrate into your daily life, right?
Yeah.
You're going to spend 20 minutes at least washing dishes or commuting, right? You can listen to a podcast. You might be going for a jog, doing laundry, any of those activities that take at least 20 minutes. And then you can easily listen to something in your second language while you're doing them.
Yeah,
Or,
it's like not about adding another 20 minutes to your really busy day. It's like while you're on your commute, you're driving your car anyway. Why not like why not also learn a language while you're doing it and improve your language
exactly.
skills?
Exactly. I have a client that walks to work 10 minutes every day.
Mm.
And so he was like, let me start listening to a podcast while I do that. 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back. He's walking, he's not driving, but he's able to practice at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's so good
Yeah.
because we start to see things and we associate now that tree or that house or that building with something that we learned. So it's really good for your memory.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like I, walking is a really good way to learn something while I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things I like the best is very old school. I'm like a flashcard learner. Like I love to write on an index card and just write my flashcards and memorize my flashcards. That's like a because it's more tactical. No,
Exactly.
tactic. What's that
Uh,
word? Tactile.
Tactile. Yeah.
Tactile. You can touch it. You can feel it, and that because I'm a kinesthetic learner, it's
Right.
great for me.
Yeah, you bring up a good point, Sarah, that those 20 minutes that we spend each day should be targeting our learning styles, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if we're more visual, then focus on doing things that are visual. If we're more kinesthetic or more auditory, then focus on things that are more kinesthetic or more auditory,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, and I know that you can use those learning tactics for things outside of languages as well, because you were valedictorian of your college, Sarah, right?
Yeah, I was, and I never really was very stressed before the exam, like because I never did that cramming that a lot of people did. I would just study every day, a little bit every day on every subject, and I would like for a book, like I knew how many pages were in the book, and I knew the date that I had to read it by, so I'd just break it down chunks and read that many pages every day. And if I missed a day, I knew that I had to double it. So it's just kind of like cutting things down to chunks that are
Mm-hmm.
manageable instead
Yeah.
of being stressed or before an exam or a due date.
Yeah, I'm sure that did save you a lot of stress and anxiety.
Yeah, and so, like So today, this is what we're going to look at. Like, how can you optimize the study time so that when you're learning new words, when you're learning new vocabulary, when you're learning a language, that you're doing it that is based on what's best for you, your study style, your learning style. And we looked at that last episode, and we actually have in the show notes a link so you can go check your um, your learning style to figure out what it is, and it's going to help you. So here's some tools for
Yes.
them.
If you haven't done that quiz yet, or if you don't know your learning style, pause, go take the quiz, and then come back.
Come on back. Exactly. So
Yep.
now I know there's a lot of online tools. So I know that you've tested some out, tried some out. So what can you tell us about Study Kit, for example, Erin?
Yeah, so I was just going to mention, Sarah, you like flashcards. You like
Mm-hmm.
spacing things out, putting things into bite sized chunks. So, online tools like Study Kit can help you create your own flashcards online. So if you don't want to carry around, your stack of note cards on a ring or anything, then you can use something online. So Sarah and I discovered Study Kit. It's like Quizlet in the sense that you can create your own flashcards, but this is a completely free version. It's kind of in the testing phase. They're starting to add new features, but the thing that we like the most about it is that it's very customizable. You can create your own flashcards so that you can study the vocab you want to study. So say for
Exactly.
example, you're reading a book, you're in a course with a coach, right? And you come across new vocabulary. Well, you can just add them to your list of vocab words, add them to your flashcards, and then it'll help you study the ones that you need more practice on.
Exactly. That's great. So it's like an online flashcards. So I can just
Exactly,
play
yeah.
around with them, match them, try them out. It's a lot of fun, and like you said, it's customizable. I can put my own
Mm-hmm.
words in. I don't have like just a set that's already standardized there.
Exactly. Those do exist if you want to kind of research and see what other sets people have created. But you can create your own. You can also add images to
Ooh.
it, right? If you're more visual. So I would say Study Kit is for people who are more visual learners, right?
Mm-hmm. And
And
kinesthetic.
also kinesthetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the mix of those two. There's also a bit of gamification in it
Mm-hmm.
too that they're starting to explore. So the more that you study, the more you can redeem points for your avatar, give it cool clothes or different things like that. So it's kind of fun. You can go to the
Yeah.
store. Yeah. Um, yeah, but
And get
it's
new
definitely
clothes,
yeah, get
new
new clothes,
virtual clothes.
virtual clothes for your avatar. It's a good complement to your language learning process already, and it's great if you're visual or kinesthetic.
Yeah, and I tried one too called Memrise, Memrise. I used the free version, and I loved it because it's like real people. It wasn't a robot like on Duolingo, for example. It was a real human speaking naturally, and you learn great vocabulary by listening. And it was visual, so it was really great for auditory and visual learners. I felt. But if I like got into like a conversation mode where I felt like I was actually speaking with them and I was clicking, it's also somewhat kinesthetic. I was
Mm-hmm.
enjoying it very much.
Mm-hmm.
There's yeah, it's
Yeah,
real life. There's pronunciation practice. There's real life speakers.
and
I enjoyed it.
I know that Memrise has been around for a while too, so they've
Mm-hmm.
really grown over the last few years. I used it maybe like 8 or 9 years ago when I was kind of dabbling in German a little bit and exploring. And the exactly what you said, Sarah. I loved that it was native speakers. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you were learning a simple little phrase, like I don't know, ich bin eine Frau or whatever, like I'm a woman in German. And
Okay.
then it's just like you have a native speaker that's saying that sentence or asking you a question, and even if it's just a little sentence, it's getting you practicing your listening skills early on in the process. So if you are an auditory learner, and visual as well, there's some visual aspects to that,
Mm-hmm.
then this is great for you because
Yeah,
it gets you
Memrise would be
practice your
great.
pronunciation.
Yeah, and I just tried the online, the free version, but there
Yeah.
are like you can buy like a like lifetime pass, or you could buy a yearly pass. So it's like it was $40 a year for the first year, then it's $80 Canadian, and lifetime for $250, and it was fun. I'm not just that it was well done; it was fun. I enjoyed doing it, and it has to be fun if I'm going to keep doing something, right?
Yeah, and being able to integrate so just a little bit. Yeah, that's fun. Um, Another tool that I used a bit for Tagalog is drops.
Mm.
I really loved drops as a good vocabulary builder. So,
Mm.
like we said with Study Kit's very customizable. You can create your own, right? But if you want to use lists that are already created, or maybe you're at the beginning of studying a language and you want to follow like set vocabulary plans, that's where Memrise comes in. That's where drops come in. So they're kind of in that same category. And I loved it because it's built for kinesthetic learners and visual as well. Because you actually have to, if you're on your phone or on your computer, you actually have to drag and drop like items. So let's say a new vocab word pops up, you have to drag it to the picture that connects with it, or drag it to the target language, right?
And that's what I loved about too, was picture oriented and not just translation, because it's so much better to not translate, because then you always are translating in your head, but just to see the image, and that's the word that goes with that image, and it's done. You don't translate in your head. It helps you learn a lot quicker, be able to speak a lot sooner.
Yeah. And you can also get rid of words that you already know. So say you already have a base in the language and a word drops in that you're familiar with. Like, Sarah, you were exploring with Spanish a little bit. So hola. Well, you know hola already, right?
Yeah,
so you can just
I got it.
say hide this one, right? So you don't have to do it.
And yeah, I was playing around with it, and it was so user friendly. Like I got into it right away. Like I was totally into it. It took me just like 5 minutes max, and I was already like playing around, having fun with it. Again, it's really fun and user friendly.
And there's also like a little learner path that you can kind of like go through as you go through the different sets and you learn more. And there is a paid version that gives you unlimited access time wise to the sets. But the free version is about 5 minutes every day. You can do like a 5-minute study session. So I loved the free version because it was, again, just little bite-sized vocab practice, and then I could do 15 minutes in something else, like some other skill. So.
Oh, I love it. I think I'm going to be playing around more with drops. I was really having fun with it. I'm going to put it on my phone.
It's so beautiful, too.
Oh,
like, every
beautiful.
time you have a new word, it's just like, it drops into your screen. It's so cool.
I did really love it. I think another thing, if we're thinking about learning a language and learning vocabulary especially, is that sometimes we see our clients getting discouraged, and ourselves when we're learning a language get discouraged. We're like, oh, that's right, I already learned that word before. Like, why am I not remembering it? But I always tell clients, kind of take that stress off their shoulders. It takes at least 10 times seeing a word in different contexts, with different people speaking it, reading it, watching it. You're like, oh, now I got it. It's going to take a while. Maybe not exactly 10 times, but I think that's a good rule of thumb. And so it's okay if you forget it. You're maybe only on time number 2. It is totally fine. Don't worry. You're going to get it later. Yeah. It takes time for the brain to assimilate. Be nice to your brain.
Exactly. Be nice. I have to tell myself that all the time. Even this morning in my Tagalog course, I could not remember what malamig meant. And I was like racking my brain trying to figure out, and I was like, I can't do it. And she was like, don't worry, it's okay, right? You got to be nice to yourself. So that's also why in our verbatim courses, we recommend that we only practice a max of 10 new words per activity, right? Because more than that, it can get very overwhelming for your brain, and it can't handle all of those new things. So I have a client, actually, funny enough, he always forgets the word forget.
That's very ironic.
So as a joke, he's always saying, so what time is this? Is this like the 30th time that I've seen this word? Or
I don't remember the word for. I don't remember.
yeah.
That's a great one. That's so ironic. I love it. Another thing that I learned was I was listening to a learning expert here. Her name is Mania Dufour, and she told me something that really helped me with my clients and with myself was that when you learn something new, your brain like sees it up for like 7 seconds and can't like take in any more information. It's having like a true aha moment. That light bulb is going off. You gotta give it time to glow, and then you can start again. So like when I'm when I'm teaching and I see someone have that moment, I try to stay silent, let them have that moment, assimilate it, and then when they're ready, continue. Because you can see them have that aha moment, right?
Yeah, it's true. It's like it's clear. It's clear that they're having it. It's so interesting. It's like a seizure in your brain. It's just like, wait a second. Let me process this. Let the brain do its work, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a client that he has quite a few aha moments because his auditory skills are very, very strong. He hears conversations all the time and imitates, but sometimes he doesn't register exactly what he's saying, or he can't picture how the word is written out.
Mm-hmm.
So we do a lot of reading activities in class. He loves stories, and so we read out loud. He reads, follows along, and he hears himself reading, right? So sometimes when he gets to a word and he gets stuck and he's like, what does that mean? And I'll pronounce it out loud in the way it should be pronounced in English. And he's like, oh, that's how it's written. I've been hearing that word forever, as long as I can remember. That's how it's written down. And it's so cool to see that aha moment in somebody else. And it's so cool to have that aha moment yourself when something finally registers.
And I think that like shows the importance of like combining these three, not just like focusing on your prominent one, but like when he like added not just the auditory but the visual, that's when that moment happened. So like a lot of times it's about combining them. That's one reason why I like flashcards, I think, because I write, so I'm moving, I can see it, and if I say it aloud, now it's auditory as well. Like I'm memorizing it by saying it aloud, and well, it's very kinesthetic, but also you can smell the paper, you can feel the paper. You're you're using even more senses than just those three. You're also using your sense of smell when you're like using a book. You know that smell of a really good book or like an old bookstore? Like that really just opens up another sense that's getting activated. So activate as many senses as you can.
It's
To
very
help
true.
you learn quicker.
Very true. And that's why I love these tools too that we were talking about, even though they're online tools, right? So you don't get that smell unless your computer is burning up or something.
You're so silly.
Hopefully
that's a good one.
But you do touch different learning styles, and all of them, it's a mix. It's not usually just one learning style only, because eventually you're going to have to develop your auditory skills, right? You're going to have to develop pronunciation and reading and writing to grasp the language. So kind of like you were saying, Sarah, integrating those different senses as the different styles as you're learning can really solidify these things in our brains. So, listeners, did you hear our 3 vocab words for today? We had breakthrough, customizable, and user-friendly. So jot down your definitions, and you can check your answers when we give our crossword at the end of the season.
Right, and for this episode, we created a cheat sheet of learning activities that you could try based on your learning style. So it's going to be down in that show description. There's a little link that you can click to go get it. So it's time to say goodbye, adios, au revoir from Quebec City.
And signing off from Montreal in the words of Scarlett O'Hara, After all, tomorrow is another day.